Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're actually watching the playoffs of the Wednesday night tournaments my local club runs. Top four points earners during the year make the playoffs, and we do in the playoffs we do best 2 out of 3 7 point matches. So this is the semifinals. I'm in the other half of the draw. I'm playing John Leonard tomorrow night. Although I don't think I'll stream it or anything. But anyway, so we got let's put Brad on the bottom, Dougie on the top, and again best 2 out of 3 7 point matches. So let's see, Brad is up 1-0 in this, and he's trying to come home against this 4 point holding game, trying to decide what the easiest ride home is. Which I wouldn't be totally sure. This looks like it's maybe easier to play next turn, but I don't know because this seems more gappy too. So this seems unclear to me. No, I think that's those are the two plays. I assume he played 20 to 16 squared with the first two, and then he's trying to decide on the next two. This looks like a more compact position. Oh, hey, Alex, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know about this 4-4. Hopefully, this is somewhat close. I think I would have actually ended up going the other way, because it might be hard to clear the 9 points. But I feel like I'd be guessing. I feel like I'd be guessing here. Anyways, white on roll. Yeah, Brad. So Brad is a little bit of a race lead, but there's way too much contact to consider doubling this, and the score's like no big deal. I guess this is actually a pretty good roll. I think clearing the 11 point and getting just flexibility for days. I I wouldn't do this. I mean, he's looking at White's two blots and thinking, and now maybe I have this one opportunity to do this, but I don't think it really makes much sense because even if you get away with it, you're only up in the race a little bit, so it's not like that good to get away with it. And I think Dougie's pretty happy to hit with any four where he can cover just one of those blots. Like maybe he's not hitting with 1-1 or 3-1. But otherwise, there seems to be a lot of good hits there. And again, the upside's like not that good. So I think that was I think that was a mistake by Brad. And I I guess Dougie's right not to hit there with the race so close. But I don't know, even something like a 4-5, I bet he would hit and cover with. So anyways, Brad gets away with it, and he's got a 4-2 to play. Good play, keeping flexible in the outfield. Do not make the four here. Um, it's just this gets hit less because you got extra spares in the outfield, and the board doesn't matter because it's not like you're hitting white anytime soon. So there's a good heads up play by Brad. So 106, 115 with some contact. Yeah, I would hold off also as a take on the race alone, and the contact favors white. Small number here by white, you can think about it. 9 is too big though. Because it's still a good amount with that point six away from the anchor. It's really hard to bring this position home, especially now that Black's position is all stripped in the outfield. No good spares really. Not that he has that many blot numbers, or maybe any. I don't see any offhand. 6-3, 6-4, 6-5 are all safe, but they're bad because you got to clear like one of these middle points and you lose a landing spots. So this is it's a take on the race alone, and contact definitely favors white. So no double. Yeah, 5-4 was safe. 4-3 was okay. Okay, now the race is a little better, but now the connective tissue is a little gone. So I still wouldn't cube this. Although it may not be crazy because he loses market. He loses market if he can clear the 11 point. Now it's too stripped. Even a 2-1 here, I wouldn't double. No, without that spare on the 8 and the 6 points. This is pretty treacherous. 6-3 is a no, 6-3 is just a single shot. Connective tissue, yeah. Yeah, I learned that 4-1's a shot. Edahola used to. I don't know if you know Edahola, but yeah, he says that he likes saying that. I guess it seems like a good play because it's hard to bring home when missed, but like White often has to like it leaves the anchor with a 6, and you you get like you get good contact there. Okay, now it's 11 pips. Still hard to bring this home without leaving more shots. I would take it. Score again is probably no big deal. So 5-point board, like it's closed board, I would definitely not cube. 5-point board, you could cube it. I think I would still hold off though. Even though actually you could argue you should be like a little aggressive with the cube. You're 6 away. If he takes and if he takes and you win, you get to a comfortable 4-way score. All right, but anyways, Dougie catches up in the race. Brad fills in his gap on the 5, but I think that was actually perfect cube handling by Brad there. I don't think he ever quite had anything. Okay, 5-1. I assume this is still no double. Yeah, it's only up 3 pips, and he's less efficient than White, I assume. So, good no double still. If actually no one misses, then I guess Brad wins if no one misses. But these fives coming at some points, or came right away. Now, if no one misses, White wins, but White doesn't have enough here either. Okay, this will probably do it, barring a 4-4 or better. I think. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So Brad pretty much has a 4 roll. 1, 2, 3, and White is worse than a 4 roll. 4 roll being like, say, all 8 checkers all on the ace boys. It's called like a 4 roll position because you're often 4. So White kind of has a 4 roll because he's going to be off in 4 without doubles. But the problem is the defending player has to rely on doubles to win, right? And most of White's doubles don't quite work that well, or at least half of White's doubles don't quite work that well. So that'll push it into pass territory, despite the fact that White only has 9 checkers and could afford a miss. Anyway, so it's 2-zip now. So that was good. Yeah, that was good cube handling throughout the entire game there. 2-1. Probably would not slot here. Probably end up doing this. Keep a little contact on black side of the board. Well, black has escaped most everybody. Seems like the plan. Nice shot by Brad, who's going to hit in the outfield, I believe, rather than make the ace. This seems to do more to me because it escapes the guy. Gets punished for what I think was the right play, although making the ace wouldn't have worked either. Oh, hey, Barry, good to see you. Yeah, so this is the semis of the playoffs, as you probably know. Did Brad announce it on Discord? I'm playing John tomorrow in our semifinals match, but I'm not gonna stream it, I think. Oh, nice shot by Dougie. I would make the 11 here for more builders and more block. It does give up the midpoint though. Okay, nothing doing here, even down 2-zip. Dance here, I'm sending it down 2-zip, but it's probably still a take. Oh, great shot by Brad. Uh, 6:45 we're meeting. So I'll probably get started shortly after that. Yeah, I don't think I would cube this. You can lose 8 here if you double. Because you're blossing the outfield. You double, miss, get redoubled with any excuse, and White wins the gammon sometimes. Okay, what about making the 9 here? That might be a good plan. Really block in black for a similar number of shots to this. Making the 9 might have been the way to go there. Make that really nice block. So even when you get hit with an ace, you're still stuck. So I don't know if Dougie saw that and decided against it, or he just overlooked it. All right, you got to try to get out of there. It's unlikely to work, but it's awesome when it works. So I believe it's worth it. It's not so super bad when you don't get away with it, especially considering the 4 doesn't play good elsewhere. Yeah, Dougie's not really considering cubing this. He's just pausing. Okay, now you can cube this, I think. I'm not totally sure it's a take. It's 13 pips. I actually probably would take this. But behind a 5 prime, it's a little dicey. It's just that there's still some contact. A little bit. Even a 2-1 is blocked a little bit. And then the 2-1, 1-1, 3-3, 3-3-1. And then even if you roll like, I don't know, a 4-5 or something, you're going to blot in the outfield. And it's close to a take on the race alone. And you're down 0-2. So I think, though often those positions where you're anchored on the 3 point behind a 5 prime, you want to be like very close in the race to be able to take those usually. I think there was enough going on there at the score where you should take it. Yeah, especially because now Brad is 4 away. So it's not like that hard to get in a good cube here at the score for Brad. It was 3 away or something. It's 3 away, 7 away. It's really hard to get in a good cube. 4 away, 7 away is not. It's often not that hard to get in a good cube. So that's why I say it's sort of a comfortable score to play at. There's 4 away scores. This looks appropriate. So that might have been kind of a solid take actually. But I do like the double also. I mean sorry, I should not have. What did I do? I just I just switched the players. Let me put Brad back on the bottom. That was funny. I accidentally pressed a key. I don't know which key I pressed, but it automatically switched them. Let me see if I can set up. Let me see if I can set up that position. I think it was 13 pips. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure I'll be able to remember it exactly. 6-6. Wait on. Okay, I would. So down 0-3, I probably would have cubed that as Dougie. I mean, Dan's here certainly loses the market pretty big. I mean, he's like too good here, maybe, or close to too good. So, especially at the score. So I don't blame him for catching that in, but I think there was an opportunity a turn early to send that cube. I think it was looking at like the 3 men. I think it was looking at the 3 men back and was like, I don't want to double with those checkers back. But there's enough going on the home front, I think. So I'm still looking at the previous game. Yeah, I don't think I remember the position. Or maybe I do. Can't remember the state of White's board. Okay, so what's going on here? So 6-5. Okay, he's leaving. It looks like he's leaving a bunch of blots in the outfield. I don't know what the original position is, but it seems weird to leave all these blots. Maybe did he have to enter with the 5 and then play the 6 somewhere? That makes sense. Played bar 20, 15 to 9 or something. Anyways, White. Yeah, I don't think White has anything here. One point board. Black has the nice anchor. He hit twice, and he still doesn't have anything. missed the position. White's board maybe wasn't this good, but I remember it was 13 pips. Up 2 zip. Well, that's not even a double, the computer says. White's board might have been a little worse, you know. Might have been something like this. Yeah, you could arguably double this. Anyways. All right, looks like Brad is playing a holding game with 4 checkers back. Dougie's trying to figure out how to come home safely here. Yeah, I wouldn't leave anything. This does look better than 6-3. I think you want the spare on the 6. This looks odd. This is okay. Keeps the spare on the midpoint. It looks easier. This looks like the easiest to play in the future because you can move the guys from the 8 point with a lot of numbers. And you still have the spare on the 6. Maybe clear the midpoint with certain numbers like a 5-2. Okay, so yeah, he'd like to keep all the checkers back, but the 6 didn't play good, so he chooses this. 4-1. This is fine. This is best, I think. You could get a little fancy play 8-4, 2-1, but that lets Black like spread out things in the outfield with no risk, you know. This looks good. White on right, because was up only 11, yeah, with a ton of contact. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay, this is either a shot or he's playing probably 8-1 or 8-4, 6-3 is good too. A little less flexible, but you get your 3-point board right away. Yeah, I guess the board could come in handy. Maybe keep Black from like putting a checker in the outfield somewhere at no risk. So like if your only goal is not to be hit, maybe you do the other one, but yeah, maybe you want the board locked up like Dougie did. All right, 4th throw. This is awful. There is a save play, but Dougie's not going to be interested in it. You can play 6-3, 6-2. But the problem, it's safe, but problem with that is it's not safe because how do you bring that home without leaving multiple shots? So Dougie's play looks pretty good. Our white on roll. Okay, so this is this might be double pass. It's gammonish, and Black is 4 away. 4 away, 6 away. Cover Dan's is too good. So I definitely send it, and I don't think I want to do this one with the gammonish nature of the position. White's board isn't great. Race is close. Race is fairly close. But I think Black has too much here. Let's see if Dougie wants to try that. I have a feeling Dougie's going to pass. He's passing takes. Last few games, he's probably going to continue it on. Maybe he's thinking about the score and he's going to try it. Maybe I can get in a recube. No, okay, yeah, that was probably good cube handling. 3 away, 6 away. Now this is a lot trickier. So the book play here, I believe, is to run all the way for money. So it's to run all the way at the score, I think, because that's sort of the. Yeah, this is second best, I think. I don't think it's that close for money, actually. Which means I would even if there's some score argument for this, I think I would run. So is it 3-4, 6-4? I'm not totally sure though. I don't 100% remember. And maybe there's some score argument I don't understand. I used to hit there, right? Hit 8-4 and then find a 6. I know it's pretty close. It's pretty close for money, apparently. Running is best. Making the 2 is 0.015 behind, and then the hit play is like 0.032 behind. So, I guess you should still run. Yeah, making the 2 is worse at the score. Worse than when compared to money. All right. Yeah, okay. It might be a good play. I don't know. I mean, my first impulse was to run 18 to 13, but it leaves a big stack on the 13, which you don't love. Good spares on the home front, though. Making the three spends those spares to make the three. Yeah, no, not sure about that one. I probably would have run to the mid, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's some other play where you play 18 to 15, 13 to 11. Keep good distribution in the outfield. That was a toughie. All right, Dougie with the 6-1. I guess he hit 13 to 7, and did he pick up 7 to 6? That seems weird. Why not make the 7 there? If you're gonna hit if you're gonna hit there, if you're gonna hit once and you're gonna hit on the 7, why not just make the 7? Because not that many more shots, and it's a much better position. Which I think is what I would end up doing actually, or maybe hit twice, but you could play like 8 to. You can play 8 to 7, 8 to 1, which is no, 8 to 7 to 1. It might be worth a look too. Anyways, Brad gets the anchor. Dougie should probably play 8 to 4 with the 4, even though the distribution is bad. This is it's a little hard to put together a good position. It was interesting plays there. Did Brad's 3-2 and then followed by Dougie's 6-1. Just a 4-1 game. We'll probably have a quick look at some of these plays after the first match. Yeah, for those just joining, this is going to be best 2 out of 3 7-point matches. And this is match number 1. Okay, black on roll. I'd like to play 13 to 8, 6 to 5, but white has a 4-point board, so maybe I end up doing this. White also has to give something up this turn usually, so that sort of argues for not giving him like an extra hit chance, assuming the position isn't too bad, which it isn't. So I think Brad played that well. Yeah, this looks like that looks strange to me. He made a 5-point board, but you can make a 5-point board and play safe there? Yeah, he could have made a 5-point board and played safely there. He's thinking the ones aren't that good for black. Unless he rolls exactly like 1-1, 1-4. I don't know. I think black is hitting with like 1-5, 1-6, stuff like that. Black on okay, down 10 pips. I wouldn't QB there. Down 10 pips, I want to keep the back anchor, so I make the 9-point here. 13 to 9 squared. I don't think there's anything else really. I don't want to leave it direct. Oh, good. Like I would double this for money because white's going to be pulled off the anchor inconveniently. But yeah, 3 away, 6 away. I wouldn't cube it. No, I might cube, because I think this is a money. I think this is a money pass now. It's just white's position is just too tough. All right, I would keep things. This looks a little odd to me because white's board is so bad that I would find some play that keeps things spread in the outfield. So this, or there might be another play. 18 to 14, 16 to 13 maybe is better. No, actually, I'm not sure about that. Oh, this might be good because maybe you want to be hit if he rolls 6-6. Yeah, maybe this is best. 1-1. Let's see if Brad pulls the trigger. Brad's probably not going to cube this turn either, because he didn't clearly get better. His outfield coverage is going to be a little worse now. Oh, I wonder if 11 to 8's a play, because you get hit on certain numbers, but if say white rolls a 6-1 or something, you want the extra builders for the 4. Oh, do that. If two against a 2 point board, I think you do that. Three, but see the coverage is like pretty thin looking here. If I rolls, white runs with one. Huh. Yeah, maybe we could take a look at this game afterwards. After this seems like the most. This seems like the most interesting game. Looks like he's probably killing a checker here. Yeah, keeps the guy furthest back. 3-3 by Dougie. Yeah, I wonder if there was an opportunity or two in there to double. Okay, stays back. White's not doing that well, but he's going to lose his market a lot. So I'm gonna cube that as white down 1-4. Let's see if he pulls the trigger now. Like I don't know, hit miss might do it. Or if you just roll like 6-4 or something and get missed, you're gonna lose your market and you're down. You know, you're down so much in the match. Yeah, I would cube this and probably pass. I mean, the race looks not completely out of reach for black, but it's just pretty. I don't know. Doesn't look that good, and I assume Brad should be a little conservative at the score about taking. I'm not totally sure though. I mean, there's still a little bit of contact. 5-5 is a shot, I think. Yeah, 5-5 is a shot, and there's some small numbers that are shots also. Like even like a 3-2 or something isn't that good. Yeah, maybe it is a take. Because there's both race and contact. Okay, he does take, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I definitely like the cube. Less sure about the take. But I sort of came around to it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that takeable? Do you think at the score? Because there's sort of still two ways to win it. Oh, Brad rolls this joker because the take point on the recube is what 106 weight. It's like 10.5 or 11%. Dougie needs if all things need to go well, Dougie needs to roll a big double in order to pull even in the game. And Brad doesn't need to roll any doubles. Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky stuff. I might have actually been pulling the trigger here. Pretty sure I got the take point right. It's 10.5 or so. So really that clear white has it. Okay, Brad says, maybe it's around there. So again, I mean, he needs a double to pull evenish. Although he probably will be. No, he's still going to be an underdog basically if he rolls a double, right? Because okay, so Brad takes 2 off. He has sort of a 3 roll. Dougie rolls a big double, and he's left with a 3 roll also. I don't think he has 11% here. I mean, Brad's doubles don't really work, but still, some of them work, you know? What did I do? So I'm gonna say Dougie wins this between 5 and 10. It's a little hard to evaluate though. That's my guess though. Let's see. It's 4-1 recube. He wins. Oh no, I'm off. No, he wins. He actually wins more than that. Yeah, he wins. He wins 13. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how am I so off there? It's just Brad is like very far away from a 4 roll, 32.1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a great handle on that stuff apparently. So he rolls a set. Dougie rolls a set, and he's down to a 3 roll. So he's still an underdog. Of course, all his doubles, I guess double 2s don't work. Let's say it's like, they may work later though. Okay, so in the next roll, he's got like say 1 in 6 chance to pull something close to even, and then he's got, but he's not even. He's got something reasonable underdog, and he's got like maybe he's got like a few rolls to do that. Hmm. That still doesn't seem like it should be 13% to me. I should have a better method for doing that stuff. But I never really learned one or never figured it out. Usually, I just think about, okay, how do you, how much, what's the, I know the chance of rolling like a big double, and like you can ask yourself, how are you doing when you roll a big double? But I obviously don't have a great handle on that stuff. All right, so Doug is trying to bring this home. This is a pretty tough position. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if slotting is crazy there because it's not crazy there because it's just very difficult to bring home. This is sort of interesting to me. 8 to 7 squared, 6 to 5 squared. Maybe is that a play? Clear 2 difficult points to clear. Leave yourself a couple of gaps though, but good flexibility. I'd want to take a with that 1-1. I'd want to take a look at some plays there. It's tricky. So I guess Brad was right to hold off doubling before he did last game. I'm sorry, yeah, last game in the 4-1 game. Okay, so Brad puts the prime together right away because he thinks he might be hitting, which he gets a double shot here. Maybe double shot, maybe single shot, probably single shot. I mean, do you want to pay like a couple extra shots to clear this set? Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at that wrong. I thought White had to leave a shot there. What was I looking at? 6-3. Oh, there's no 6. That's what. Sorry about that. Okay, so 6-4 for Brad. Okay, so I definitely keep the anchor. Oh, this looks very bad. I mean, he's keeping his home front in the best shape. Oh, is he thinking about saving the gammon? Oh, you're gonna hit so much more if you keep the anchor there, because there's some double blot, like 6-4-5-4 double blot numbers, and like numbers like 6-4, you don't want to get hit. I'm sorry, you get hit on like a number like 6-4, so it's not that good to get the single shot there. Yeah, there's something better with that 6-4, I think. Didn't seem super wasteful to play it on the home front. Oh, he's saving the gammon. He is saving the gammon, so what do I know? Seems a little odd. So let's see, all ones and twos except for 2-2 miss here. This looks like fewer. This looks like fewer. So just combinations of some combinations of threes, twos, and ones don't get off. Everything else does. So there's 9 numbers at the most, but like stuff like 3-3, 2-2 get off. Good. Okay, so 6-2 post Crawford. Okay. Yeah, this is the money book play, so this is correct at the score. Okay, you got to take it because you got to take everything at this Ottaway Crawford score. Good. Pretty much everything. If the opponent waits and it gets super gammonish, you don't win very much. Sometimes you can justify passing, but pretty much you're taking everything. I used to do this with the 1-1 in similar circumstances, but the computer always seems to like making the 4-point with that 1-1. I don't really totally get it because Dougie's play does like 3 good things, and making the 4 point just as like one good thing. But I guess the 4 point is just awesome enough, and you get to keep. I guess you get to keep your 8 point too. So I guess in some senses, it's two good things. But it comes up. That play comes up a lot with the one with Dougie's 1-1. This is okay. I would probably just play 23 to 22 like a normal person though. All right. Okay. I do like running here. Because of the blot and white's board. Like okay, so if you get hit with a 6-3, you get a return shot. So it seems like maybe an okay time to get going. 6-6-1. Okay, he's trying to provoke some contact. So I guess makes sense with the black blots in the outfield. Although if you're gonna play it to the 18 point, I think you should play. I think you should stay back a little bit with that other checker. Patrol black's inner board a little better. Not get double hit as much. Not get pounded as much. Get your 11 point. 3s and 5s back. I don't see the point in hitting here. Yeah, I would either do this or maybe 6-1. Keep the nice distribution in the outfield. Okay, 4-1. Okay, what about making the 7 might be a candidate there also. 6-3. Okay, so this is okay, so you just leave a couple shots here by playing 11-8. Only 6-2 hits. So we don't love giving up your 11 points. I really hate leaving extra shots more. So I like this play. 4-1. Yeah, I usually slot the 3 here, but this is okay. This is good builders. But we could play 13-9, 6-5 also. Okay. Seems okay. I'm not sure how that compares to making the 4. Okay, now he slots. Okay, I really loathe to leave anything here. Though actually this, what about 10 to 5, 11 to 7 for really awesome builders for the 4 point for just 2 shots while white has the blot. I don't know. Brad's play is pretty reasonable, leaving nothing. There's 2 shots. It's pretty cheap though. Pretty cheap for good builders. Yeah, now 2 shots are a little more expensive with the perfect board. So I'd be a little scared to leave the 2 shots now, and then I'd end up doing something like this. So there's a slightly better play, maybe 8-2, 6-1. Keep the spares a little better distributed. And for 2 shots could be right okay. 2 shots could be okay too. It's not like it's pure gammon save. The gammon price isn't 1.0 here. I don't think it's super close to 1.0. Okay, so now 2 shots. It's worth making the 4 it's worth 2 shots to make the 4. As opposed to just 2 shots for an extra builder for the 4, That was a good play by Brad, even if there was a reasonable safe play in there. Okay, yeah, 10 to 4. Yeah, the board doesn't seem to matter that much. So good flexible play by Brad. Dougie. Okay, so Dougie's keeping the board in as good shape as possible. Looks good. Okay, yeah, this is it clears the point, gets good builders. I like it. If the raise was closer, you'd probably want to block a little more. You'd probably want to play 6-2. But they're up so much in the race. I like how Brad played it. And I do like staying back here. You're down in the race, perfect board. This is great. Quite a few blotters here. They're saying one of them. What a great shot by Brad. Okay, Brad looks like he's taken this one. Don't count your chickens, Brad, though. You got to think about how to play like a 3-1 here if you roll it. Okay, good. Yeah, let's download this and take a look. They're probably going to take a break between matches anyways. But I'm most curious about that 4-1 game. If there was some opportunities to cube in there somewhere. Like when white had the 4-point anchor and a crunched board, a lot of people don't double those for money, but I think against the 4-point anchor, maybe not against the 5-point anchor, but against a 4-point anchor, I think those are often doubles when you have good outfield control. Because I think you lose your market if you like keep a good front position and the White rolls some awkward run number, where he leaves like a bunch of shots in the outfield. Um, so there might have been an opportunity, even at the score, even at the score, there might have been an opportunity to cube in there for Brad earlier than he did. And then the racing cubes at the end, the bear off cubes with the take points of 10.5. I guess Brad had a better handle on it than me because I probably would have pulled the trigger early and I would have passed like Dougie did at the end there. And maybe I should know how to do that better than I do. Get a better percentage for that stuff. I should learn maybe eyesight. Does the eyesight formula do that? I know Keith count is just like take money, take pass usually. Anyways, let's go to XG. And not the cleanest match in the world, but not too bad based on the GNU PRs. All right, we have Brad on the bottom, Dougie on the top. This is the 4-1 game, 3 away, 6 away. So let me adjust some settings here. Yeah, this is that. It's a good play to know. I mean, a lot of people do this split with a 4-3. So you want it for money, anyways. You want to know how to play a 6-4. I think I used to do the third best play. I used to hit with the 4 and then split with the 6. But you're stripping your 8-point, and it's White's list seems pretty diverse. You know, he's got 4s and 3s to hit on your side of the board. If you do that play, we can put it up on the board. He's got 1s, 2s, and 6s, maybe even 5s to hit on the other side of the board. So like all the numbers work for White. So I used to do that, and then I learned that the computer likes this running, making the 2 for money. It's not too bad, but you have to score. This wins more gammons, so maybe it doesn't make much sense at the score where you're leading 3 away, 6 away. You just want to play more like double match pointish. All right, I would have made the 5 here also as Brad. I'm a little surprised this is close. Good 4 duplication. 4-2, yeah. Okay. Oh, he made it for went hitting here. Dougie for went hitting here. I guess there's not enough reason to not hit. The 9-point and the 3-point don't go well together. So the 9-point's not that great a point here. 3-2. I wasn't sure about this. Oh, Brad found a good play making the 3-point. I'm not totally sure I would have found this. I mean, 18-13 is safe and keeps good spares. I guess it's just hard to play next turn, though. Not that hard. Yeah, I don't know. You never get hit. I guess computer hates this big stack on the midpoint here with nothing in Black's outfield to like as a landing spot for those checkers. Like I wonder if it'd probably be different if Black had his 8-point. I think then there might be more options though. And then I thought 6-1. Yeah, okay, hit twice is the computer's choice. Or second best is to make the 7. Yeah, I don't know why Dougie didn't want to hit here. It doesn't seem that dangerous, especially if you hit twice. Yeah, it's only a single shot, and you're starting a blitz at this score where like you want to offer a quick gammonish cube. Like a dance, you can cube right away. Maybe some bad entry like a 5-6. Maybe even have a cube at this lopsided score. Yeah, I didn't quite like this either. Although the computer slightly prefers 8-4, 6-1. Dougie, I guess, reasonably keeps the spares on the 8 and the 6 and the 3-point. The 8-point keeps the spare on the 8 basically. Okay, and with the 2 blots, the computer doesn't mind leaving 2 blots in Black's outfield, and nothing wrong with Brad's play. 3-1. Okay, you put a board together somehow. Good. 6-1-3-2 keeps the 8 point, and the 4-2 looked weird to me. Like, why leave shots here when you can just play 8 to 6, 8 to 4, still get a 5 point board. Obviously, it's got a blot in your board, but it's better than a blot in the outfield that black can hit with certain stuff. Maybe Dougie was thinking that like black wasn't hitting with stuff like 1-6. I think he's supposed to hit with a 1-6. Yeah, we can ask the all-knowing stupid bot. Let me save this. Okay, say you make Dougie's play. Certainly, you're hitting with 1-4 and 1-1. Something like a 1-6, which is a little dangerous to hit with. There seems to be a lot going for it, though. I don't know. Yeah, it does hit, although it's not crazy not to be hit. So maybe that's what Dougie's thinking. Like, he doesn't lose out that too much on the hits. Although 1-5 actually hits better than 1-6 does, I think, because you actually get the safety of blot. So let's see, 1-1, 1. Okay, 1-2. Maybe he doesn't hit with 1-2. 1-2, 1-3. 1-2, 1-3 you don't hit with. But if you can do something productive with the other number, you do hit there. Okay, but he leaves a shot. Okay, so Brad misses, builds his board. Okay, don't double this. At the score, anyways. Yeah, okay, you can double this even against the black 4-point, the white 4-point board. You can double this. So this is going to be a cube for the next few turns, I think, because the white board just gets worse and worse, and black's position does okay. Yeah, so I've seen this before. I've seen very similar stuff before, where white is better off. White would be better off if black was like closer to home. But it's because black's going to have like really nice outfield coverage when white has to leave the anchor. So notice black is down huge in the race, but I'm saying that's like kind of a good thing for black because of the good timing and the good outfield coverage. Well, here I guess white has other problems. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, so black prefers the position where he's back on the 18 to the position where he's on the 13. Isn't that funny? Because the outfield controlling the timing. Yeah, but here, if you give black more race, then white has a different set of problems. It's just funny. Like he wants to be. The best is to be like pretty good in the race. Second best is to be like really bad in the race for black, and then the middle ground is like where it's not that good for black. Okay, but anyways, he covers the outfield. Okay, so pass here with 3-point board with a blot. Like I would have passed this for money. I don't know if I would have found the pass at the score. Probably. It's kind of a tough game. Still double pass. Yeah, 11-8 is correct. Yeah, no, I mentioned that. I mean, you don't love getting hits if you do this, especially with like 4-4, 4-2, 4-3. You don't love getting hit, but if you don't get hit, then white has to leave the anchor with a bunch of stuff. You want that extra builder, and you want to keep the back checker back as far as possible. You want to get hit with 6-6. So this has a lot. This has a lot going for it. Getting hit's not that bad, especially if you get hit with like a 4-5. You know, like a million return shots everywhere. Yeah, the outfield coverage is quite thin here, as I mentioned. And is that going to be double take when Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, no, this is big. This is big. No double. Too much contact. That makes sense. What about here though? Oh no, it's not even a double. Yeah, no. At first I mentioned I like maybe this is a pass already, but no, there's way too much contact and way too much race. You know, like I mentioned, small numbers, even a number like 3-2-4-1, black's going to hit and win quite a bit. And I guess even if white rolls like a 6-2 or something, black's maybe not doing that badly. Say it goes double take, white rolls 6-2. So yeah, white. It's the race isn't that bad apparently. Yeah, black still wins 37% after a miss like a 6-2. Um, yeah, it seems like it should be more. It seems like it should be more. It seems like it shouldn't be that high to me, but yeah, apparently it's just so much wastage, and black's just doing okay. Black will be on roll, of course, after 6-2. Anyways, let's finish up the game and then let's finish up the game and then. Oh no, it is a pass here. Interesting. Yeah, 10. It's just the take point's like 11, I guess, not 10 and a half. Yeah, I don't know how to evaluate this stuff. But somehow it was a take. It was a take here and a pass earlier, and then not good enough here. Yeah, I don't know, tricky stuff. Anyway, let's see if the second match is going on. It is not yet. It is not. We can take a look at a few more positions maybe. So in the four-way game, what happened in the four-way game? I can't remember whether there was an opportunity to double or not before it went double pass. 20 to 9. I see. Yeah, I was wondering how Brad ended up with this position with two blots in the outfield. But say it's a triple shot. Brad's leaving. I guess he has to leave. I guess he has to leave a double shot somewhere. So, like you could play 13 to 7, 11 to 6 for a somewhat safer position, which isn't too bad according to the computer. But Brad makes a nice play where he leaves extra shots in order to get the back man going. And actually, so this may be a little difficult for White to hit effectively if White has to give up his front anchor to hit. Okay, so we do this, and then I'm trying to find a number that like White shouldn't give up the anchor to hit with, but they all look like they hit from the back, like a 4-1 or something. Or what about a 4-3 hits okay because he gets the safety. 4-2, 4-1, 4-5 hits anyways. 4-6 hits twice. 6-1 hits from the back. 6-2. Okay, I mean, I guess there's very few numbers where like White isn't hitting if he can. Like 6-2, you might not hit with. because you got to give up your anchor to hit against the stronger board, and there might be some other productive play. It looks like almost all the hits actually do hit. So Brad plays 6-5. White rolls a 6-1 hits from the back. 6-2. 6-2 actually does hit, although running to the midpoint is like okay also. Maybe a little score based. Ups the gammons for both sides. Hey Eli. So his best 2 out of 3 7-point matches. Brad won the first one, and we are waiting on the second one to start. Which it has. So let's actually take a look at the match. All right, so 7-point match. Doug White on roll. Yeah, certainly it wouldn't be crazy to cube this. White has a pretty good edge with these strong pointing numbers. Like point downs will lose the market. So I would have probably cubed that. Seemed like there was enough there. So I think it should go double pass now. Yeah, I think he missed a cube there. So the book play here is to make the deuce points, which I learned just in the last year or two. The money play, anyways. The computer likes making the 2-point. Alrighty, I would just play simply here. I think you actually aren't. I used to do this. I think you actually aren't supposed to do this when the race is close and you have an anchor. I think you're just supposed to play safely and say I'm good no matter what happens. I got a good game no matter what happens because I have this nice anchor. Now if you're hitting or something, then you leave the shots. But if you're leaving the shots just to slot, it costs so much to get hit there. Like you go from close race or a small race lead to being down in the race playing this holding game. So I think that's probably an error from Brad. Maybe close to a blunder. So this is a 0-1 game. All right, 6-3 by Dougie. Looks like we're turning into a boring race here. So anything is sort of okay. 14-11, 13-7 is fine, or 14-5 is fine. I slightly prefer 14-11, 13-7. Should be a little more flexible having checkers on 3 different points in the outfield. Yeah, I probably wouldn't leave 4 guys on the 8 here, but it's not a big deal. I'd do something like this. I would probably put a guy on the 4, but this is okay if he knows to put a guy on the 4 later. All right, 8-4, 8-5 looks okay. I put a guy on the 4 points. On the Brad's play, I guess Brad's plays. These plays are perfectly fine. Brad's maybe trying to aim for this position where he has a 7 on the 6, 5 on the 5, 3 on the 4, which is the most efficient configuration of 15 checkers. Actually, both players can kind of get it, which I've never seen. This is less efficient than putting a guy on the 4, I believe. Yeah, the 4 point is so thin here. I would forgo the crossover. In fact, probably instead of playing 9-7, I think you're supposed to play 6. I think you're supposed to put end up with 3 guys on the 4 point, and then leave the guy back on the 9 point. 7 point tends not to be a very efficient place for a checker because you might roll big and it might end up on a low point. It's more efficient to have him on the 9. And you don't get super thin on the 4 like, pretty thin on the 4 like Dougie did. Yeah, so here, since he has to use like multiple dice to take off the checker on the 4, it's conceivable it's better to spread things out. Like if you rolled a single 4, you'd always take the guy off the 4. But if you have to use multiple dice to take the guy off the 4, then you might end up with a more efficient position if you spread things out a little more. Though it looks like he's getting punished for it. It looks like it's going to be a double take coming up. Double take or double pass. Double take though. Good. White on roll. White on roll. Dougie taking a little break maybe before his joker. So I don't know. Both players end up fairly efficient. Brad's a little thin on the 4 points. Now he's empty on the 4. Good. Like there you would, yeah, there you're supposed to bear a guy off, I'm sure. Like once you play 6 to 2 with the 4, you can bear a guy off the 2 with just a single die. So that's almost always going to be correct. Oh, so what is this? 25-25. Is this double take? I think this might be double take. So black's a little bit more efficient than white. Score probably argues for taking. Yeah, actually the double might be more the question there. Yeah, Brad passes. Dougie gets to this 4-away score. It's possible that wasn't a cube yet. Free cube. Yeah, that I have to think about. But Dougie made it work unless Brad rolls 5-5 or 6-6. He cannot. All right, 5 to zip. This match is cruising along. Okay. Brad's looking to get a nice quick gammonish cube. Why not play 24 to 20, 13 to 7 there? There's no good spare on the 8, so it's not dangerous to be on the 20. It's not particularly dangerous to be on the 20. And 13 to 7 is a pretty damn nice builder, you know. Bears on the whole inner board. That extra checker on the 7 bears on the whole inner board. Okay, white on roll. You obviously don't double a gammonish position. If 2 away, 7 away. Looks pretty good. You could 8 to 7, 11 to 6 if you really want to load up on the builders. Dougie's play is more positionally sound. Okay, now he gets the extra builder. Good. Brad is dancing like crazy. Okay, I would play 13 to 7 and then 23 to 21 here. So it does good stuff on both sides of the board. Yeah, this is wrong. I don't understand why you do this. It's not a good builder for the inner board, and the backmen are a little more stuck back there. Red does have an okay front position, so you do have to worry about the backmen a little bit. Maybe Dougie's play would be okay if like Brad didn't have his 7 point and so the backmen aren't stuck at all. But 3 prime could be a little problematic sometimes. Oh, he's overlooking making the 3. Yeah, obviously he just didn't see making the 3 point there. Might not. I mean, he's going to get the closeout anyways usually, so maybe it's not even a massive error to not make the 3 there. But obviously making the 3 is best. So 11 to 9 is the deuce because you want that third builder for the 3. I'm honestly not clear between 11-8 or what Dougie's doing. So Dougie's play avoids a bad 4-4. I'm kind of feeling the open 3 point at this juncture. Might come back and bite him actually. Yeah, point's not getting closed. Yeah, this is safest. It looks best even at the score because I mean how does Black save this without hitting? It's 6-6. I mean it's okay. This is the best shot, but it still looks pretty tough. So I like how Dougie played that 5-2, just super super duper safe. All right, looks like we're heading to 1-1. We are. Yeah. Again, they'll probably take another break. So maybe we can take a look at some of these plays real quick. I'm sort of more interested in the match than the computer analysis, though. Alrighty, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Again, decently played match. Brad on the bottom, Dougie on the top. This is the correct match. Oh yeah, there was a miscube this match this game I think. Okay, Brad fails to jump here. It's funny. He made like he had a similar play in match one where he did correctly jump. I guess he's thinking he's down in the race here, so he stayed back. Now he tries to get out of there. Oh, it's not probably not quite a double. Here it doesn't. Oh, here wants to lock up the point. Okay. Yeah, no, I would have cubed this. Yeah, no, it is probably a cube. It's volatile. Okay, so some huge take, but it is volatile enough that you can double it. You can double it at this money like score because point dance is a big market loser, which does happen. Yeah, big almost, but it's closer to too good than a take. A lot closer to too good than a take. So that's why because you're going to end up too good a lot. That's why you can double this even though it's not that. Even though it's some massive take. Okay, no, 6-5 is actually okay here. Yeah, I thought this would be more like a big. I thought this would be more like a big error. I thought I like learned that recently. It's an error, but it's not a huge deal. Yeah, I think it's just you don't want to like risk losing the racing chances when you have a holding game. So you don't want to slot even though the non-slot play is pretty stagnant. I wonder if it has to do with. I wonder if the race was. I wonder if Black's actually up in the race a little bit. I wonder if I bet the error becomes bigger. Here, Black is actually down in the race a little bit. So maybe getting hit isn't so bad since you're already down in the race. Like this position, for instance. Now Black is up a few pips afterwards, after he plays. No, now it likes slotting. Yeah, I don't get that. Oh no, I guess it's avoiding. I guess it's avoiding stacking the 8 point too much. I guess that's what's going on there. This was the 0-1 game. And then I guess it's not that interesting. It just turns into a dumb race. Yeah. Double take is correct. No, then the redouble looked maybe a little early. Yeah, it's quite a bit early. Quite a bit early. So the score I guess is an argument for being a little conservative when offering this recube. You're up in the match, and if the guy passes, you get to a comfortable four-way score. So I guess that means you should be a little conservative compared to money. Like it's not. I guess it's not a double for money either, but it's closer. But he made it work. He rolled big, and then he conducted the blitz next game. Just gotta see if the next match is going on. It is. It is. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's actually watch the match. Okie dokie, artichoke. So Dougie's up 1-0 in this final match. Okay, black on roll, nice 6-2. This is all he's got. 4-1. Okay, so down in the race, even with the anchor, I like slotting here. I would slot the 7. I played exactly like Dougie did. Nice distribution. I mean, I assume he's hitting and going to the 16. This seems to do a lot, anyways. All right, he can make the 10 nicely. He does it. White on roll, enters with the 2, and probably slots the 5 with the 3. Good. Black looks like there's too much contact here to double. Although black could get some sort of a decent attack number, like 6-6, 4-4, 5-5, 6-4, 4-1, 6-1. Maybe 6-1. He's making the 7. Okay, but he holds off. You think there's too much contact. Now this looks pretty strong. White's position is underdeveloped, and it's it's pretty gammonish now. Yeah, I don't know about that take. And there's a bunch of gaps in black's position, so I can't really fault the take, but I wouldn't have been sure because the gammons, you know. But he got a nice position out of it. I like it. Getting hit is somewhat immaterial because it could improve White's position. Could improve White's timing. Although it could spend a lot of time up on the bar too. I don't see anything super fancy I want to do here, so I would just end up playing it like Brad. I mean, you do kind of want to clear those points while White's up on the bar, but it didn't really look like there was a convenient way to do it. Just like to make more progress coming home. Like sometimes it's right to like break a point and leave some shots early there, just to get rid of those points while White's up on the bar. Oh, that 3 looks weird. I would play 6-3 there. But yeah, it didn't look like there was a good way to do it. So I think Brad's playing this correctly. Yeah, I don't like having the ace point slotted for White. I would have kind of played it all. I would have played 6-3 with that 3 as opposed to slotting the ace point. And actually, I wouldn't have played 6-4. I don't understand 6-4 there either. I would just play. Why not just play in the outfield? Now Dougie seems to have this. Notion that like you play inside to give yourself like more timing in the outfield, so you can keep your anchors longer. But I don't think that's really sound. Because you can always play inside later, or you can often at least play inside later if you roll big and you want to keep your anchors. Ooh, I guess I would pay the extra shots here. There's 4 extra shots, I think, but it looks a lot easier to bring home when missed. So I like how Brad played that, actually. Oh, you gotta leave another one. Okay, now you just leave the 20. maybe survive a hit. Now that White's board isn't good. Yeah, so no way Dougie's doubling this. Be a money beaver. Because you win all the 16 misses. In fact, playing on for the gammon, almost always, and you win some of that. You win some of the hits. So that would be the easiest money beaver ever. Yeah, make some sort of diverse play. This looks okay. This is exactly what I would do, in fact. Okay, so he should be crossing over to the 6 point with the 4, and then playing some 3 in the outfield. Though this is not a big error by any means, but you're kind of aiming to get everything to the 6 point. So if you can put a guy on the 6 point and keep things reasonably flexible in the outfield, why wouldn't you do that? Okay, looks like it's going to be a gammon. It's going to be this 4-1 score again. 3 away, 6 away. Good. So the computer, I believe, runs at this score to push the gammons down. Runs all the way, which I would do against a very strong player. Against almost everyone in the world, though, I would probably play 24 to 18, 13 to 9, try to complicate the game a little more. Okie dokie. So bunch of options here. Best, I think, is what Dougie's doing. Locking up the 5 and doing this good split. Hitting off the 15 point. I think that's just too many shots. And you're foregoing your 5 point. Okay, this looks like a good play by Brett. This maybe looks like the best thing you can do, especially at the score where you may want to tamp down the gammons. Maybe it doesn't quite do enough. This is such an awesome asset over there. I think it's worth foregoing the hits. And hitting leaves a bunch of return action anyways. At a time when White's board is pretty good. I wonder if what he's going to get there. 6 6s are duplicated here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is correct. Good. Good. Both players making their 9. Oh, great shot by Brad. Okay. Okay, so it's 133, 170. So he's up 16. So it is certainly a take at the score. I might double it for money. I might be a little leery about cubing up the score. Maybe one a little bit more, but Brad maybe has an okay handle on it. So he might be right. But it just seems like there's still a ton of contact there, and not a big pass on the race alone. So it seems like a very big take for money even. That's why I'd be a little leery about doubling it from 4 to 1. Yeah, I like this plan. It's not getting a shot this turn with anything, I believe. 4-2. I don't know if I can stomach playing it all inside. So I'd probably end up doing this, although probably does get hit more than if you played like 5 to 1, 6 to 4. But you might need the board at some point. Like white is forced off the anchor earlier than black. Is forced to break down his position. You might get to hit there, and you got to worry about the race a little bit. So what is this now? I don't know what the take. Actually don't know what the take point is at this score. I mean, it's certainly elevated. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure by how much though. Maybe it's like high 20s or something. So might be these might be cubes by the trailing player here. There's some overage, So you're putting 2 extra points at stake by doubling. Brad can only use one of them. So sometimes you can double as an underdog even. So if you're winning and which Dougie is, or he was at least, you might want to cube it. So he's down 6, but he's on roll and he's a lot more efficient. So he is winning here. So I think this is maybe double take now. There might have been an opportunity or two in there earlier. I'm not totally sure though, because it's. I mean, he's down to the pip count, which is why he's not cubing. I just don't think you need much of an excuse to redouble at this score. I mean, let's see if he pulls. Like he's still winning, and he's gonna lose his market with the big, big sequence. Like in some sense, you're getting 2-to-1 odds, but by doubling, because you can use both points at stake, both extra points that you're putting at stake by doubling, and the other guy can only use one of those points. Now that's not accurate because you gotta think in terms of match equities, but it's part of what's going on here. Okay, now he's losing, so yeah, okay, no double. All right, it's going to be 6-to-1, almost certainly. No, it's got a little chance. 5, 5, 6, 6. He got it. Jeez. That was fluky. Brett had to roll an ace, and then Dougie had to roll 5, 5 or 6, 6. Oof. All right, well, 4-away, 3-away. That's backgammon. All right, so we got this 4-away, 3-away score where Dougie should be very aggressive in gammonish positions, and Brad has to be very careful about taking. And he should play a little conservatively, which maybe means splitting there actually. Probably would have gotten smushed. Yeah, okay, I like this plan. Don't split into the 5-5 where Black wants to attack. Or wants to attack and race. So Black does have less incentive to split. I don't really think White's winning, so I don't know. I wouldn't cube this even at the score. He might be winning a little bit because he's escaped a guy. And he's on roll. Oh, he rolled an awful 5-5. Woof. Too much of a good thing. All right, nice shot by Brad. White on roll. Let's get 6-4. He's making the deuce. We're not double at this score, although be tempted for money given the disparity in the position. Here, I actually don't know what I would do. I mean, it's either run to the mid or play 13-7, 13-8. If you run to the mid, you're sort of opening yourself up to being attacked, and you're racing while you're running while you're down in the race. So maybe you do this and just try to concentrate on building a prime. But obviously, White. Obviously, this keeps the midpoint and has good outfield control, so he goes with it. So Brad sort of did the normal looking thing, but yeah, because of the positional aspects, I'm not sure. What about probably play 13? I don't want to get hit there. Again, he's running well down in the race, so I'm pretty sure 13-7, 6-5 is better than what Brad did. I tell you whiffs. Okay, he thinks about. He can make a 4 point and get a little extra contact. But okay, goes for the better. Goes for the better point. Okay, so Brad does not cue this. Thinks there's not quite enough good numbers. He's going to lose his market if he can make the 4 usually. Usually going to lose his market. This looks awfully odd to me. I don't get this at all. I would give up the midpoint here. You get to keep. You still get to keep one checker on the midpoint. Like I would play 18 to 6, 13 to 7 squared. I think, or maybe 13 to 7, 8 to 2, keeping the midpoint. Or similar. This. Well, we played. Yeah. So he played. Instead of playing 8 to 2, he played 7 to 1 there. Yeah. Oh, he's. I want that 4 prime. You know. I don't want my ace points. But okay, so it's no shots and good builders. Yeah, this looks like a strange play to me. If you had a nice 4 prime here, you can maybe like attack more effectively. Ugh. Yeah, I got to do that. White on roll. I mean, I would certainly take this as black. It's not particularly gammonish, so Dougie holds off. He is going to lose his market pretty big if he gets missed. Or if he rolls big or just runs into the outfield and gets missed, he usually loses his market pretty big. So in other words, it's going to be a pass. All right. Okay, Brad's down in the race pretty big still. I'm not sure about the score implications here. The nominal take point is actually quite high. In other words, the take point ignoring gammons and ignoring recube vig is quite high. So it's possible that's a cube. And then it's possible it should be hitting here. You can hit safely by playing 5 to 2 to 1. This would probably be my choice, thinking, okay, I want to sort of block White's big escape numbers. No shots here, which is nice. No, I definitely don't like cubing. Oh, this is a good safe play here. He's up in the race a bunch now, so I would do that. And then can double a small number. I don't want to leave 5 shots in the outfield. Like I think actually White, even though White's down in the match, I think it should be like a little conservative about taking in like a medium length race like this. Because of the elevated take point. Now he gets like really powerful recubes. Like the take point on the recube for black is going to be, this looks like an odd play, but the take point for black is going to be like 40% on a recube, like White takes and recubes. So that means like White has a really powerful recube, but still, because the take point, because like the dead cube take point is like 35% or something. I think White still has to be conservative about taking like a race, which means black should be pretty aggressive with cubing. There's maybe similar arguments going the other way too, like white on roll here. Like white should maybe be a little aggressive and black should maybe be a little conservative. So maybe there's a double take. White's actually a little more. White's maybe a little more efficient than black is, because black has those 3 guys on the ace. Both players sort of have empty middle points. So it's possible this is a pass, but I think it's double take. Yeah, I think that's a pretty big missed opportunity there to double it. See if Dougie wants to pull the trigger now. I think he picked up a pip. Efficiency is about the same. The efficiency difference might be about the same as the last turn. The white maybe got a little less efficient. But yeah, I would definitely cube this again. Yeah, he doesn't cube, yeah. All right, 4 pips, but he picked up like a lot more than 4 pips on, like, if you look at like the effective pip count, like that was pretty efficient roll. Like now he went from like a very inefficient position to a very efficient position where he's not going to waste a lot of pips. So again, I would cube this, and the take pass might be a bit of an issue. So let's see. Yeah, so okay, so he does find the cube here. So let's see. Keith count 32 plus 4 is 36. Yeah, Keith count probably has that as the solid pass for money. So probably a pretty big pass at the score, but there might have been some double passes earlier. Computer wise. That was the 4-3 game. Yeah, we can take a look at that. I'm not going to spend too much time on the analysis. All right, Dougie's trying to get out of there. He does get out of there, but he's not up in the race huge, so I don't think he's going to be cubing. Three away though, at least a fairly aggressive cubing. There's only 8 pips, so I guess I would hold off. I would wait for one more, maybe one more improvement. This is an odd play. You make the 5 points better here. Distribution's better. 5 generally is better than the 7. Probably fewer shots to make the 5 also. Yeah, 5-4 doesn't hit, so it's only 3-3-3-6. This is definitely correct by a lot. I guess Dougie's thinking about blocking. He's thinking he wants to block 6s, but I don't know. Not a lot of 6s escape the other. Not a lot of 6s escape here that don't also escape the other way. At least partly escape. So that was absolutely correct. And then Brad can just. I don't see. This is okay. I'm not actually sure about stepping up versus not because Black is down 7 pips. But I guess it is good to sort of cover the outfield. And maybe you do get to, you're happy you get to run if you roll like really big here. I might have been a little inclined to stay back, but I wouldn't have been sure about it. Like here, okay, he's down in the race, so he doesn't want to run into the outfield, which makes sense. So this is okay. He can play a little less bloody, but nothing wrong with what Brad did. I think I would play 13 to 11 here for 3 shots again. Oh, he got punished. And lots of return action, though. Lots of return action. Yeah, I think it was worth leaving 3 shots there. It looked like the position was just quite a bit better. Okay, Black should be cubing this at the very least, and I would not take it a 3-away, even though the race is quite close. Like maybe justify a take for money, maybe. But since it's only maybe justify a take for money, I really don't want to take a 3-away where you have to be conservative. Good. Like I would probably actually pass that for money. It looks like the prime is just gonna come together and like. How do you turn it into a race after it comes together? And even after you do turn it into a race, it's not like you have like this racing lead. Okay, so 3-away, 2-away now. Dougie's 3-away, Brad is 2-away. Alrighty, so I believe the money book play is to play 13 to 11 here. So you do want to do it at the score where you have extra incentive to up the gammons. Brad should be hitting here because White only has a 1-point board. Dougie should be hitting here, which he does. 3-1. I guess I would be tempted to make the 10-point here. Although coming in splits maybe not too bad because you're not paying a ton. You do want to be split, and you're not paying a ton to the outfield hits because you get many return shots. So I guess that's what Brad's thinking about. I kind of want my 10-point though. 10 points is a pretty good point. Looks like Brad's coming around. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Here you're getting attacked some, and you're getting hit in the outfield some. And you don't have your beautiful 10 points. Okay, this, I guess, hits in the outfield. Threes are duplicated. All right, so yeah, okay. I guess I like this here. Usually, I like hitting the guy on White's 11 point because there's fewer return shots. But this is sort of nice because it's all connected. And if you hit on the 11, it's kind of a double shot out there, anyways. So I think Brad did play that well. I don't get the 5. Yeah, I like this 5 a lot better. All right, 6-2. All right, nothing wrong with this. 6-2. I guess there's nothing better than making the 7. It's pretty good. White on roll. He's got nothing even at the score. Oh, he hits twice here. 6-5, 6-4. Nice. It's great when it works. Not so bad when it doesn't. Because you already got 4 men back anyways. Black only has a 1-point board. I don't think he can cube this even at the score. 4 men back. Like, I don't know. I guess White's winning, but I only guess it. You know. I guess White is winning there, but maybe not by enough. Like, that would be a good time to cube. You don't, admittedly, you don't need much excuse to double at 3 away, 2 away in a mutually gammonish position. Yeah, double might not be too bad. Okie dokie. All right, so this hits and safeties. You could consider not hitting here, but maybe there's maybe you don't want the White to build. You don't have good building power over there. The gammons don't help. Gammons don't help Black. The 5th checker back might help White's timing for this sort of deep, this holding game, back game type game. Okay, looks solid. Okay, yeah, it seems good to spring a guy. Like how Dougie's playing this. Okay, I think I would do this also. I mean, I'd love to jump the guy all the way, but it looks like a triple shot out there. Okay, so now you can maybe get the guy going. I guess this is better than making the 3 and getting attacked on the other side of the board. Wouldn't say I'm sure about that one, though. A lot of good numbers for Black here if he does this. This looks. What about 13 to? I mean, this is okay. Getting hit's not a big deal, but what about 13 to 10 with the 3 after jumping with the 5? Wouldn't that be better? Oh, I kind of want my 7 and not the 2. Oh, this worked great. Keeping him dancing. Oh, is Dougie gonna gammon him for the match? Probably. Well, Brad won last year, I think. Oh, 1-6. I think that was a good play by Dougie because you kind of need that. That point's pretty important to make, so it's sort of okay. Okay, he's got to leave a shot anyway, so he hits Dougie rolls 6-6. Jeez, what a weird game. Brad's just holding on by a thread, but Dougie's just rolling horribly. All right, 1-6. Okay, Dougie does get to hit now, which I guess is correct. Could have played in the outfield and then maybe tried to make a 6 prime, but here Black needs a 1 and a 6 to escape. Before if Dougie does the other one, he just needs a 6. I would do this again. Gets punished again. But yeah, you definitely do want to threaten to make a 6 prime there. Oh, the 5 is bad now. At least he gets to slot the. Ooh. I was going to say he gets to slot the 6 prime, but it went with a hit to minimize shots. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess he wants to keep. I guess he wants to keep White busy. He hit again, so White couldn't do good stuff on White's side of the board. Also, Jesus, Brad's just rolling everything to stay alive here. I wonder if it's better. I wonder if it was better for Dougie to come up to the 22 there. He's playing very quickly. He's probably pissed off about all these. You don't have to hit here. It's going to improve White's timing if you hit. Yeah, it was a good play by Brad, I think. Now White's just going to collapse. Whereas if you hit, White could dance for a while and keep his home front. If Gammon's counted, there'd be more reason to hit. All right, got a little bit of timing here. I guess I would keep both anchors also. Give Black some extra problems. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're giving Black some bad 6s if you leave the 24 point, but like here you're glad you have the 24 point anchor to cause long-term problems. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Is this really necessary to hit? Like maybe you could have just spread out builders there. I guess it's sort of good if White can't put a checker on the 23 and stay there. But actually White chose to leap, which seems a little weird. Yeah, I would have just hung back on the 23 with that other checker. Maybe hope to get a double shot down the line. All right, so 4-2 is a shot. He minimizes with this play. Can make a 4-point board if he rolls like decently here, which he does. So that was probably a good play by Brad. Okay, Dougie does get to put together the closed board. And he has one more, which has to. Oh, what? This looks hopeless. Yeah, I don't really know if he wins any races here. I mean, admittedly, staying back isn't likely to result in a winning shot either, but I think it's more likely than winning the race, isn't it? And you can still stay back and win the race if you roll 6-6 on the next roll. So he's kind of dead either way. I'm pretty sure it's better to play for the contact there. Yeah, indeed. The thing is, like, I don't think, like, conceptually it's a big error, but I think equity-wise it's not a big deal. Because it's not like he wins a ton by staying back either. He just wins a few percent. But it's like probably a couple percent extra by staying back. Anyways, Brad does pull this out after this wild game. Brad looked like he was kind of dead there. And then he ended up with like this awesome position. It was over anyways, exactly. This was probably the sloppiest match of the three, though. Yeah, for both players. They were playing a little fast near the end. Probably could have taken their time and made some better decisions there. Anyways, I do want to look. I do want to look at some of these games we watched. Oof. So I think we came in here. I see, yeah. You don't want to overstack your 8-point here, so it's imperative to come in split. 5-1. Yeah, you can slot here if you want. Splitting is fine. Right, this is a concept that I talk about a lot. 5-1, like, Um, you don't have a great priming structure because you got the low point in your board made. So splitting is okay. I think if black had his 4 point instead of his 3 point, I think you would actually want to slot here because your priming structure is going to be better, and you don't necessarily want to split against those stacks that white has here. And the race is a little worse for black here than here. So you want to aim more towards a priming game here compared to here. So it might not be that close actually. Like you do want to find the slot here. Although splitting still isn't too bad, I guess, just because it's not dangerous. It's not too dangerous because white only has a 1 point board. Here, here I guess you must slot. Yeah, here it's not. It's not that close. Anyways, I know I mentioned that because I know we've discussed that type of play before. But yeah. Good seeing you, Eli. We'll see you around. See you next. See you next season. Okay, I guess the backman going. 5-1. Hitting is okay. Brad's play is okay. 2-2. A nice hit there. I thought the slot was good here. It doesn't like slotting here. I would have slotted here like Dougie did. What's the big deal? I mean, getting hit's not a big deal, right? Down in the race by a bunch already? You don't love playing 24-23? Is it the fact that like you're slotting the 7 and not the 5 or something? What's wrong with that though? I don't understand what the computer's saying here. I guess 4-3 is okay maybe too. 4-3 is better than 8-7 because this builder doesn't really have much to do. 8-7 looks like a fine slot though. I probably would have played 8-7. Yeah, I don't get this. What about this position? I know it likes slotting. I don't know, I guess it doesn't like slotting the 7 point. Even though the distribution sort of makes sense after you do it. Gives black good escaping sixes, escape and hit along the way. It's not with the other slots that isn't as true. Yeah, I don't get that though. Okay, so yeah, down 0-1, you can apparently double this. Yeah, you're gonna lose. I guess you have a number of good attack stuff. Yeah, it's a big take, pretty big take. But you can hit twice. You can roll a good pointing number, lose your market that way. He does, and then yeah, it's pretty big pass for this point dance sequence. Well, Dougie gets back into the game. Gets this decent 4-5 back game. Yeah, there's just nothing better here. Like I'd be looking for something that like maybe cleared the 10 point while white was up on the bar, but it just doesn't look like a good option. Like for instance, like a 4-1 here. You have a completely safe play, right? Or a couple completely safe plays. But I think probably you want to get off the 10 point in some fashion. Maybe like 10-6, 10-9. Leaving a few shots, but like getting rid of that difficult point while white's up on the bar. But there's just no convenient way to do that kind of thing with the 3-2. And I could be wrong about the 4-1, but it looks like a good time to do it. Well, there's going to be some duplication of hitting numbers. See that? In fact, the safe play is pretty bad. 8-3 or 13-8. It's pretty bad. So a good play to watch out for. It does come up. You know, you want to think about this stuff when you're defending against a back game. You want to think about maybe clearing these points early if you have your opponent up on the bar. Anywho, so this was the 0-1 game. Dougie's game is still okay. Although the one, he didn't have a 3 where he played 4-1, which I disagreed with. Yes, slightly wrong probably. So he entered with the 5, and then 6-3 keeps things alive for making the 2. So it's much better than making the 1. Maybe you can bring this guy around and help in building the 2. So you have a real chance to make the 2 if you keep everything alive here. And then 6-2 is a little silly, but it's no big deal. But I don't understand why you play 6-4 really. Want more flexibility with the guy on the 6. Maybe even want to be a little closer to home with the guy in the outfield. Good. And a big miss. Good. And wins the gammon. Oh yeah, Brad likes doing this. I don't know. He like I do this for money, and it's fine. It's fine at like a 0-0 score, but up in the match, 3 away, 6 away. You want to play a little gammon save-ish, so your opponent can't get in a good gammonish cube against you. So that means technically that means running. Like you want to play conservatively. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad Brad found this play. Everything else leaves a bunch of shots and doesn't make a good assets. This leaves some shots too, obviously. Okay, good. Good. The double's okay. Okay, the double is actually correct according to the computer. Yeah, I might have missed this. I might have missed this double, thinking the score was a big deal. Score's maybe not a huge deal though. Not above for money. Okay, so at the score, it's a double. It's a close double. For money, it's a slightly bigger double. Yeah, score is apparently not a big deal in a non-gammonish position here. Oh, it does want to break down the board. Yeah, I might have ended up doing what Brad did also. You're getting hit more though. Like if your only goal is not to be hit, should be pretty clear you'll want to do something like this, right? Because you got no blot numbers on the next roll. There's no, you don't have a gapping position, and you're leaving 2 landing spots in the outfield. Whereas you do Brad's play, you got a gap, you got blot numbers, and you don't have the landing spots. But Brad's thinking the board could come in handy, which it might. Just not worth the extra times you get hit, I guess. In the race, Brad's play is better for the race. So I would play 7. Let's see. I would play 7-5, 6-5, 9-8 probably, which is wrong. Maybe better than Brad's play, which only puts 1 guy on the 5. What's the best play? Oh, 2-1 instead of 9-8. Yeah, I guess 9-8 is not a big deal. Or 4-3 maybe. Yeah, it's pretty important to have multiple guys on the 5 here. Part of the problem with having just 1 guy on the 5 is you already have guys on the low points. So if you gap on the 5, you're going to put even more guys on the low points. It's going to lead to more inefficiency. Where you have no one on the low points and you miss with a single 5 later, it's not like a big deal because you're probably going to roll an 8 somewhere down the line. Okay, and this is the this is where I thought maybe Dougie could cube just up a little bit in the race. No, it's not quite there. He is a favorite, but only a small favorite. And so the computer thinks it's an error to cube. Bigger error to cube here. Yeah, he's not. I guess he's not really winning anymore by that much. Yeah, close here. Close here. Maybe a double here. And then he just starts losing. And then he wins. Wow. So after Dougie's 6-3, I guess he's 1.5%. White's 1.5% after the 6-3 here. And then that 1.5% comes in. Okay, good. Oh, this is close. Yeah, that's tricky. I mean, this argument is both ways, right? Like you don't necessarily want to run because you're down in the race and you might get attacked, but 13-8, 13-7 this really strands the back checkers and gives up all outfield control. So apparently on appeal, it really likes 24-13. It really likes what Brad did. Oh, it's all over the place though. Yeah, the plus eval really likes what Brad did. Four ply is apparently very close, but then the plus eval thinks things are like closer than the plus eval is. Yeah, I don't know. You have to roll this one out, I guess. Kentucky tries to escape. Oh, okay. Brad had the right idea here. Yeah, I don't really understand this. Like I would have played 13-7, 6-5, and been like pretty confident about it. Oh, is it because? Well, I don't know. I was gonna say, is it because like, well, White's happy to attack on the ace point. White's pretty happy to hit in the outfield too. If you play 24-18. So obviously Brad is correct to play 24-18, but I kind of don't get it. Sixes are duplicated if you play 24-18. Like White wants to jump with sixes, and he wants to hit with sixes. So that's maybe a big deal here with the race like it is. Like maybe White shouldn't even hit with sixes. And hitting with ones isn't a big deal. Yeah, good play by Brad here. With his bad number. Yeah, bad play by Brad here. Yeah, no, I think maybe he just overlooked the right idea. So either you play 18-6, and then you either play 13-7 with two of them, maintaining a great front position but leaving that blot in the outfield. Or you can keep your midpoint. And the best way to keep your midpoint is to keep the 4 prime by doing this guy. For some reason, Brad I don't know, maybe just missed this or something. But yeah, Brad's play doesn't really make any sense because the other play gets the midpoint also, and obviously you'd rather have the 7 than the 1. So Brad just might have been, I don't know, had a brain fart there. In fact, White should even cube this after this roll. After that play. Can he cube before this? No. Good. I like the 3-1 here, keeping White busy. There's a 3-way, 4-away. You cannot cube. And then 6-6. Oh, 6-6 is not right. I would have done what Brad did here. So the alternative to what Brad did is this guy. We can put it up on the board. Leaving 5 shots in the outfield. Really? 5 pretty deadly shots in the outfield. But making the best racing play, I guess. And getting some outfield coverage. Which I guess is pretty important if White rolls a 5-1 or something. But not so much better than what Brad did. Yeah, this looked a little 4-1. Oh, 4-1. Okay. 8-4, 3-2 is what Brad did, and it's correct. Would I make? I don't know. Making the 4 point gets a little thin on the 5 point, although it fills in the 4 point. So Brad's play is good. And I thought there were some opportunities to cube here. Yeah, Dougie should cube here. 4 away, 3 away, 25, only 25%. Just out of curiosity, what is this for money? Sort of similar, but it's a smaller take for money. So interesting. So wait, the 3 away player in like a straight race, the computer's saying the 3 away player should take a little more deeply 4 away, 3 away than for money. That surprises me a little bit. I was thinking maybe was black close to a cube ever? Before the 3-1? No, I can't double before the 3-1. He's way down in the race. Yeah, I don't know. I guess black never had an opportunity. Oh, here's a pass even. Okay, this is 3 away, 3 away now. Stepping up is apparently okay, but staying back would be okay also. Down in the race. White can double this up 7. 3 away, 3 away. Wouldn't double this for money, I think. It's a big double, bigger double now. Up 11, yeah, up 11. Contact is a kind of okay for whites. Okay, double pass at the score, double take for money. Yeah, this did seem a little odd. 1-3 can just make a good asset in the outfield, play safely. Okay. Wants to hit twice. I didn't see this either. He wants to hit twice here, 18 to 14, 6 to 1. Sort of probably minimizing good rolls for whites. Yeah, bunch of shots here anyways. Yeah, good play here. And then the double's actually good. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have cubed this. It's close, but close but good. Like I said, you don't need much of an excuse to double mutually gammonish position at 3 away, 2 away. It's a good double by Dougie. And Brad starts getting in big trouble. Okay, good play here with the 5-2. So the running all the way is okay also. There's ones, threes. Ones. Oh no, it's only a double shot. I thought it was a triple shot. No, it's only 1s and 3s. Yeah, this play is okay. This play is okay. 1s, 3s, and combo shots. Here it's close between making the 3 and running all the way. Apparently, I probably would have run all the way like Brad did. 5-3 for Dougie. Okay, just pops out in some fashion. Leaves extra shots for some reason. So let's see, what would I would have played 20 to 15, 13 to 10. Just leaving a single shot in the outfield. But I guess it's just not a big deal leaving extra shots here. Best play is 23 to 15. Interesting. I didn't consider that one. This guy? Not keeping this guy back for extra contact, really? This game is hard, man. Yeah, I don't know about this one. That's sort of pressure in the outfield, I guess. But if you get hit, I mean, you kind of want to be down there, maybe. Maybe make a second anchor. 5-5. 5-5 looked a little odd to me. But Dougie's play is not too bad. So obviously you're hitting on the 3-point, pushing white back, pushing black back, keeping him from escaping. And then Dougie makes the 2 points
to keep black dancing quite a bit. He does this guy. This guy. I might have, like, I probably would have done something more positional where, yeah, I would probably do the computer's top play. Not making the 2, but keeping the 7-point, keeping more of a blocking position and good outfield control. Turns out the arguments are fairly close for 2 very different plays. Dougie's play wins the most gammons, I'm pretty sure. Oh. And the slotting is okay. I probably would have slotted also. Slot the 7 because it's pretty important to make that point. On the other hand, I guess you could play 20. I guess you could play 20 to 11, not leave the 1-6 and have good flexibility and good builders, or 20 to 15, 9 to 5, which I don't really get. But anyways, he does this play because he wants to make a 6 prime. Pretty important. Brad rolls this 1-6. Okay, Dougie hits him back, and Dougie's thinking, okay, I'm okay again. I'm okay. But then Brad comes in right away, makes a good play with the 3. Dougie dances. Jesus. And now the game's up for grabs. 1-1. 5-2. Yeah, good play by Brad here to keep white busy. Wow, what a mess. Now Brad is cruising. 3-2. Yeah, wants to keep white wants to keep black from making a 6 prime. White has a 4-point board after he hits. Maybe he can put something together or escape a checker with a hit or something. So computer wants to do the banana split. I don't think I would have found this play. Gammons don't hurt white. You know, white can't get gammoned. Do the cube on 2. Apparently the computer thinks it's white's best shot. Again, 3-2. Trying to get hit, maybe maintain some timing for this 1-2 game. So this is a little different, I think, than the previous play. Like, before white could hit and win going forward, white doesn't really have any realistic chance to win going forward, although maybe 3-3 cracks or something. If you don't hit, maybe white could roll 4-4, 4-3-3 or something. But you do hit, the point is, okay, you want to get hit back, and then you want to dance for a little while, and you want to be able to maintain your home board. A good play by Brad here, not hitting. For that reason, he wants white playing. I mean, we see just white just starts collapsing. Yeah, better just to spread things out here. I probably would have ended up playing this play, 5-4, 5-3 for 4 builders for the deuce. Apparently, the computer thinks there's even a better play, which plays 6-4, 5-4. Preparing to clear the 6 points, still getting good builders. So this guy, but yeah, hitting and bearing a checker off. I think what Brad did, 2 points probably going to stay open now. It's hard to clear the 6 point. So there might be some extra problems down the line. Set to a 4-2. And then, yeah, Dougie sort of thinks about the wrong stuff here and tries running with the 6-6. But yeah, he's only winning. He only wins 0.4% from the races apparently after running. So, not that the right play is a good plan, but maybe you get to stay back a couple rolls and hit, or maybe you can still raise with the 6-6 next roll, 6-6, 5-5, whatever. So it doesn't cost you that much in the race to do this. Anyways, that's all she wrote. That was a crazy last game. So yeah, I guess congrats to Brad, who's in the finals. Who's in the finals of the playoffs. I hope to meet him there, but I have my semifinals match tomorrow, so we'll see. All right, well, thanks for watching. Yeah, hope you got something out of this, and we will see you